Hello and welcome to another tiny race. We'll speed up the first half of the race a little bit because there was not so much that was actually happening. But yeah, this is the first of the tiny races again, and this one was a little bit more hilly than the ones last week. And yeah, I can just repeat myself and every week recommend highly the tiny races as yeah, basically VO2 max session because the races are four races. They start every 15 minutes and they're usually between 6 and 10 minutes long. So you always get like a 5 minute rest in between. And they're really full gas from the start and really hard. But it's a fantastic exercise because it's not so easy to push yourself really above your threshold and into your VO2 max area, basically zone 4 and 5. And yeah, so the tiny races, they happen every Saturday. There's one session in the morning, I think around 10 o'clock, and there's another one in the afternoon around 3 or 4 o'clock, depending on where you live. So highly recommend trying those. And yeah, this is the first one. And as you can see, most people still stay together for the first half. So this is the first yeah, little uphill there where we go. And you see I'm putting out 560 watts just to stay into the group. So the races are always brutally hard, and on every incline, people are just absolutely smashing it. So this course was also relatively short. I think it was around 5K. So the total race is just like 7-8 minutes. But yeah, so really recommend those. It's great fun. Yeah, fun in brackets maybe, but a really good training session. And yeah, you really have to get out of your comfort zone to stay within the front group, no matter if you're racing A, B, C, D, whatever is your category. I'm racing A. I'm in the A plus category as I'm a little bit heavier guy, so I'm reaching thresholds to be in the A plus. But as you can see, I'm struggling just to stay to the front of the race. So it's basically 400 watts or over 400 watts all the time. I think the normalized power for that race was around 420 for 7-8 minutes. So that really is, yeah, me being on the limit. And I get a little bit smarter over time, so I try to always recover a little bit in the little bit of flat parts of the course or the downhills where you can keep the speed without putting out too much power, because I will need it for any bit that goes uphill, and especially for the final sprint, because I'm really not a sprinter and I really struggle to put out over 1,000 watt after a very hard part of the race. And that is maybe my biggest weakness in Zwift racing, is that I cannot sustain a very high power towards the end of the race. When I'm fully fresh, I'm quite okay, but towards the end of the race, it's really tricky for me to put out very high power. So here we're getting to the next little incline. We're now at 5, 6, 7% on the uphill. You see the power is around 600 watts, and I'm on 44th place. So I'm far away from the front. And the thing is, with only like 1K to go, you really need to start moving up, or you will have no chance to place anywhere well in the final sprint. So usually in the tiny races, I get a top 30 for me is good. We're usually around 100 people in the race, and if I manage to get like a top 30 or top 20, I'm actually pretty heavy, and usually will also benefit a bit on my Zwift ranking, because the people who are winning the races are usually very highly ranked. That means that if you're placing close to the top 20, you usually get a good ranking points in the tiny races. So here we are now on the last downhill before the final incline. So I'm trying to recover a little bit, but you see my heart rate is like almost 180. So there is not much recovery going on. I'm absolutely on the limit, and I know that I'm going to suffer badly now in the final hill that is coming now, because that is the climb towards the finish. And I'm giving everything that I still have left, which is not much. My power is around 700 watts, maybe I think 850 in the peak. But that's pretty much it. So now, yeah, in the top 30 or around top 30, putting out around 800 watts. I also forgot to use my power up, so that was not very smart. But yeah, so 400 watt average, I think 420 and normalized. Good race, but can do better. So hope you liked it, and join me next time in the tiny races.